Hello everyone, and welcome back to the River Lethe. We are playing once again Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. We are now actually into the game. We are done with tutorials, we are done with character creation and intro cinematics, and we're going to do some stuff, get some storyline in here. So, the shithole in which you see us standing now is the apartment which we've been graciously given by the Prince to live in and be our base of operations in Santa Monica. You'll notice we can see some stuff glowing with our inspection feat. We have a pill bottle and a normal watch. I don't know why it was by the toilet. I'm not going to think about that too much. So there's a lot of interesting little interaction stuff in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. So for instance, you can turn on radios, which for some reason have this phonograph icon.
Hello, LA.
And it turns on this radio show, The Deb of Night. Now, it's really a good idea to listen throughout the entire game to The Deb of Night, because what she says changes. The radio show proceeds as everything goes on in the plot. And you can get some nice hints of things to come. Alright, so in the fridge we have a blood pack. Blood packs are health packs. A bag of blood which you restore your blood points, but if you're low on health, it will restore your health before your blood points, so keep that in mind. So you can see we have, there are 3 here in storage, and so we will take them all. Alright. So, now we have a desk, and there's a couple things to look at here. First, we have this note. Hey, the password for your computer is Sunrise. Keep the cash in the drawer, it's yours. I dropped you an email with my address. Come on over after you get settled. Mercurio. Now, you'll recall, Mercurio is the agent of the Prince that we are supposed to meet, and he's going to tell us about our task. The task that we are doing in order to prove worthwhile the clemency that the Prince showed us. Oops, wrong button. Okay, so now we have this fancy-looking card on our table. Let's see what this is about. At your convenience, please come and visit me in my home downtown. I leave this to guide you. Dark blood, our curse. A light, this verse. Such power I sense in one so young. Come find me where burns the mystical sun. M. Strauss, Tremere Regent. So... that's not great rhyming there, Strauss, right at the end. That's a little bit of a forced rhyme with young and sun. But we'll figure out who the Tremere Regent is. Now remember, I am a Tremere myself. That's the clan that I chose, so he may have something interesting to say to us. Alright, now let's check out our laptop. We've been told that the password is Sunrise, so we'll, get our email on. Alright. So the new emails are indicated by the sort of filled in blocks there, the ones you haven't read. You can just press the 1 button, enter. So this is the Prince. We get a hint as to what his name is. Now we can call him Prince LaCroix, and his initials are SL. And he's telling us that we need to go meet Mercurio immediately. So we'll just check out our next email. We get spam. In this game, we get spam email about penis enlargement. You know, it's just like real life. Here is some more spam email. This is Kilpatrick bail bond service, which we will have cause to interact with soon enough. Here's an email from Mercurio. He seems to be, you know, at least a little bit polite to us, not condescending to us like the Prince, but I suppose it's a Prince's role to condescend. So Mercurio says, hey, welcome to town. Come on over to my place once you get situated, and we'll talk about what you'll need to do to get the job done. I'm going to pick up explosives right now. Some astrolite. I should be back by the time you come over. I'm at 24 Main Street in number 4. Walk to the end of the alley, and my building is the next one on the right. So, whatever we're doing, it's going to involve blowing shit up, apparently, which I am not opposed to. And finally, a mysterious email from a friend. That's an interesting email address. The game begins. A pawn is moved. So we're going to have some labored chess metaphors throughout. Alright, so we are good now. We're gonna get out. Always helpful to look around at things. See if there's, for instance, drawers to open in which we can find money. So you can turn on the TV, turn off this, and on the TV you get news shows. And the news shows also progress as the plot does, and will feature new and different interesting little background tidbits. So for instance, you can see now that some sort of huge squid-like monster has washed up on the beach somewhere nearby, you know, hinting at some Cthulhu mythos type things going on. Okay. So, Lacuna Coil, they do soundtrack for this game, and they're actually a real band, I understand. So, they're not just a fictional in-game band. So they're getting a little love there in an Easter egg. Alright, so let's get out of this shithole. So, you can open and close doors normally. You can see some locked doors around here. It's always worthwhile to try and see if you can open them. Can't open that right now. We're not going to worry about that. Difficulty of 5. There's a newspaper. Carnival of Death. Gruesome remains found on the pier. Police baffled. Alright. Can we get in here? Oh. Let's see. You know, you can always go in a place, just like any RPG, look around, see if you can take anyone's stuff. Doesn't appear to be anything here. Oh, no, the door. I'm stuck. I'm going to go turn off that TV, because it's clogging up the top of my screen with closed captioning. Okay, so now we are beginning our quest. We have to do something with Mercurio to sort of return the favor that Prince LaCroix did us by not killing us. So we are in his debt.
You got some change, mister?
So, you can sort of build up your humanity or bring down your humanity and just generally build your approach to the game through some of these rather inconsequential dialogues. So you can see here our choices are to sort of ignore him, just to be like, oh sure, I got change but not for you. And be like, I'm going to eat you. Or we can try and be like a good actual person and be like, sure,
That's very nice.
have 10
Thank
bucks.
you.
So I gained some humanity for that. Walking out of our seedy alleyway apartment. Someone's car has crashed into a wall there. I'm not sure how they managed that. And a bleeding man stumbles into his apartment. Just another day in Santa Monica, really. So the areas are a little bit limited. It's not open world in any sense, but that's okay. It's good nonetheless. So you can see we're on Main Street, 24 Main Street. That's where we're supposed to go and see Mercurio. So perhaps this puddle of blood is his, and that was him crawling on his hands and knees into his apartment. Let's go check it out. So we are going into an Elysium area. This is owned by some powerful vampire. It is their domain, so therefore there are certain things we can't do. We cannot use weapons or any blood disciplines other than blood buff. So you can see we follow this trail of blood leading to the doorway here, and let's see what's the deal. Here's this guy on the couch. He's lost a lot of blood. Let's see if he's alive.
Those mothers ripped me off. I'm dying here.
Are you Mercurio?
Yeah. You looking for the astrolite? I can feel a draft on my fucking insides. They shanked me, the bastards. The blood ain't working no more. My head, it feels cracked. I think my eyes popped.
You want me to call an ambulance?
What? No. I got a record back east on heat day. Don't touch that phone. No goddamn cops.
What happened to you?
I got I went... What is this? Oh, is this my rib? Oh, holy shit, my rib is poking through my side? Oh, I'm all numb. You gotta look and tell me.
It's a broken bottle. Now, tell me what happened to you.
Goddamn chemist. Can't trust any operators in LA. I verified him. Organizations seem reliable. Guy mixes up speed. His crew sells it. Occasionally does explosives. I set up a drop. I show up at the beach with the money, right? 4 of these guys, they come out of nowhere. Junky pricks. Hit me with a bat. It feels like I got a friggin' horse kicking it.
I never should have gone alone. Amateur move. I should have handled those pricks. Goddamn dirty Cali rat bastards.
Those cocksuckers beat me rotten, left me for a stiff. I had to crawl to my car, crawl my ass up here. The vamp blood's the only thing holding me together. But shit, they got the money, they got the astrolite.
Where are the bastards?
Those small-time sons of bitches live out in a dump on the beach. 4 or 5 of them. And one's got the explosives is Dennis. Got my money too, that prick.
How do I get it back?
You gotta get it back from him. Maybe reason with him, maybe break in. I don't know. I want to kill him. Do whatever you people do. I blew it, I know.
Is there anything else I can do to help you?
Yeah, if you could... Oh, something just started leaking. I need something for the pain.
I'll bring something back for you.
One more thing. About the deal. I mean it. You tell anyone about this, I'm dead. I'm begging you. I got a way of getting people what they need. You don't say anything, I can help you out.
Good to know. Goodbye. So this is Mercurio. He got beat to shit by some kind of gang or group of someone who he was going to get explosives from to help us do whatever job it is that we need to do. So now, before we can do our actual job, we have to do his job. And he's offered a little bit of quid pro quo. If we don't rat him out for failing, he's going to help us in some way. That points to an option in the future of how our relationship with him is going to turn out. So he also gave us a little side quest to do something to make him feel less horrible with all of his broken bones and ruptured organs. That means some morphine and a trip to the hospital right over here, or the medical clinic. So there are a lot of things that I know about the game and interactions that are going to make me not go through the front door at this moment. It's not really important what that is, but we're going to go back here. Actually, first, there's someone in front of the hospital that we should talk to.
Need something, pal?
I'm looking for someone.
Oh, man, wait. Say that again.
Okay. I'm looking for someone.
Oh, man, you're a vampire, aren't you?
What? Vampire? What the hell are you smoking?
Oh, come on. Oh, man, you are too. Don't bullshit me, man. Just come clean. I mean, oh, man. I ain't gonna tell no one. It's okay, man. I just want to talk.
All right, then. Let's talk.
Hell yeah! Oh, man, I knew it. Oh, jeez, I knew you were. I just could tell. Oh, man, this is great. And I saw your teeth, and I was like, damn, it was like I could just sense you. The name's Knox Harrington. Pleasure to meet you. Oh, man.
This is a very, very eager person here. Are you a vampire? How do you know all this?
I'm a ghoul. I didn't know about any of this stuff until a couple of months ago, when this guy just appeared and, well, all of a sudden, BAM! Whoa, man! Vampires are real and right there in front of my eyes. Blew my goddamn mind.
So this is another good instance of how they give you some lore stuff in a good way narratively, without just sort of making you read a book or having them spell it out for you. You have to go through a conversation, and you come to learn it naturally by asking the very questions that you would ask if you were to encounter this sort of thing in real life. You said you're a ghoul? What is that?
Well, the way it was explained to me, whenever a vampire lets a human drink some of their vampire blood. A human gains a little vampire power. Can heal up quick and that kind of stuff. Jeez, oh man. Then there are ghouls. Ooh, watch out.
Alright, so ghouls are humans who are fed vampire blood and then get some kind of special power. Special powers other than hepatitis, apparently. Who was the vampire that made you a ghoul?
Oh man, I really wish I could tell you, but I don't think I'm supposed to. But it's really cool to be talking to you just, well, because I don't get a lot of chance to talk to vampires, oh man, other than my master. So I thought I'd just say, you know, what's up, you know?
You like being a ghoul?
It's awesome! Man, after that first taste of vampire blood, it's like the best drug. Oh man, I'm telling you, it's like, well, it didn't mess me up. It just made me feel like I was better at everything. I felt like a god just sucking on that nasty dude's wrist.
So, what are you doing around here?
Look, I probably shouldn't tell you this, but I'm on a secret mission for my master. Well, hey, it's been great talking to you, man. But I better be going. Oh man, you know, important stuff to do.
See you around. So, he said that the vampire who made him a ghoul, he called him a nasty dude, which, you know, suggests a few things about what type of vampire it might be.
Not my problem.
Here's a hooker. And a guy following a hooker out of the alley. I wonder what they were doing. Alright, so we're going to go in the back here. There's an interaction in the front that you want to save until later, for reasons that I'll explain when we get there. So I suggest going through the back. Now, to do so, you'll have to be able to pick this lock. So let's see what the difficulty of it is. Only 2, so it's pretty easy to get through. For good measure, I'm just gonna sneak around, just because doors shut on their own after a little while. Just because I like to watch the very uncomfortable crouch motion. So this is you always want to make sure to go to room 1, and usually, well, if you want to get anything out of this room, you need to have talked to Knox first. So I talked to him on purpose because if you go through the back, I don't know if he automatically comes up to you. If you play the Nosferatu, you will come up behind the back door there because you go through the sewers, and he will come up to you. I'm not sure if he does if you're a non-Nosferatu, but you need to have a conversation with him and learn about the ghoul stuff before you enter into this room if you want to get anything out of it, and you'll see why in a second.
Please, get a doctor.
I'll see what I can do.
My insides, it hurts so bad.
So we can talk to
I'm
this dude.
sorry, sir, but you're going to have to wait outside like everyone else. No exceptions.
But there's a girl over there, and I think she's going to die.
See here now, I'm the only physician here at the moment. We got twice as many people as usual waiting for treatment. I'll look at her as soon as possible. Try to talk to her, keep her awake.
But
I've got a man in there with a bullet in his head. My nurse paged Dr. Roberts a half hour ago. He'd be here any time. Till then, stay with your friend and make sure she doesn't go into shock. I must go.
oh, okay. So trying to get a doctor didn't work. Go in and do as he says. Talk to her, keep her awake.
Can someone call my grandma, please?
Stay with me. I can save you. Sounds like she's fading. She's got blood on her hands and on her chest. Not quite sure what happened to her. She's just coughing. They're really drawing this out here. Maybe my blood can save you. So, at least in the older version of the game, this option wouldn't be available to you unless you talked to Knox, or perhaps had a similar conversation with Mercurio about ghouls and how they work. And so this girl would just die. But if you've had the conversation, you have the option to say, maybe my blood can save you, and then you got some sharp fingernails there, you slit your own wrist with them. Don't be greedy. No, it's a very, very interesting gulping noise there. So we get a bit of humanity for making her drink our blood. You all right? And we get an experience reward.
You... Who are you? Oh, what did you do? What did you do to me?
I simply wanted to help.
But you did something. I kissed your wrist. I can feel it inside of me. What did you do?
So here's the, not so subtle, sexual metaphor stuff that's all vampire interaction with humans is about. It's about domination and all that kind of weird stuff. So she can feel our blood inside of her doing something. We can either choose to reveal ourselves, but that seems like a terrible idea. So we're going to go, look, forget about this, and don't say anything. You'll be fine.
You... I feel like I know you. Like you've always been here.
I really must be going now. So, we've saved her. We fed her our blood, and we know that that does something to human beings. We're not totally sure on which, except that it makes them heal faster. There's obviously limits to it, however, because Mercurio, as we saw, was beat to shit and not particularly seeming to heal. And he said, the blood ain't working for me no more. So, it obviously has its limits. So, we came here to get morphine. So let's look around for some of that. I see a clipboard. I can't really read this. This is some sort of patient statement about somebody. I'm not sure who it is. In any case, maybe it's about a doctor. Well, there's no medication in there. Administration. There's a book here. Item gained. Computers for Grandma. So let's check out our inventory. So this is one of these skill books. When you read it, you will get a little skill boost in computer knowledge. See, reading this will boost your computer knowledge. So free skills, always a good idea. And it disappears once you use it. And our stat is now increased. So our computer knowledge went from 1 to 2. It just gave us 1 dot. So that saves you a lot of XP when you get those skill books, because otherwise that dot would have cost us 3 XP. So if you're really minimaxing this game, you'll want to know a lot about when the books will be effective, because at least in the original version of the game, some books could only increase your knowledge dot by 1 if your knowledge was below 3, or sometimes it has to be above 4. So you want to get the last dot possible out of those books. So if the computer knowledge book would have worked to take us from 2 to 3, it would have been better to save it and then get that point, because that would save us 6 XP rather than 3, right? So that's the way it works. Using the books in a strategic fashion can save you much more XP than just reading them immediately sometimes. I'm not particularly worried about it, because I generally know what I'm doing. But if you want to be maximally efficient, you might take some saving and reloading to see how long you can keep the books. But that's just something to keep in mind. Okay, so we have 4 experience. I'm not going to spend it right now. I'm going to wait until I get a little bit more. So here we're going to have our first attempt at hacking and see how it goes, because we don't already know the password to this. So here's how hacking works. You press Control-C and you try and figure out the password. And we figured it out, because our hacking skill, which is our computer knowledge and our wits attribute, combined to be high enough to beat the difficulty. You'll know already whether it's going to work or not partway through. If it starts looking like you're typing gibberish in the password thing down there, you already know that your skill isn't high enough. But ours was, so we got the email. And most of the time this is just flavor. So I'm not going to read these out. I'll just leave them on the screen and you can freeze them. This is a conversation between 2 of the doctors or 2 of the staff in the hospital talking about someone's mom. And talking about doing weird, probably illegal things to patients. So we're not going to go through that. You can read those if you like. It's not entirely pertinent to our playthrough. So we still haven't found what we're looking for. Let us continue the search. Room 4. There's a pill bottle here. Is it what we're looking for? No, it seems not. All right, well, we're getting towards the end of how long I want these episodes to be. Let's see if we can pick this lock. No. So when you run into a lock which is above your skill level, the first port of call is trying Blood Buff, which I already have equipped here. Now remember what it does is it adds 3 to all of your physical stats over here, or it puts them up to 3, I think. So it will, by putting up our dexterity, make our lock picking a little bit better. So that's what we're going to do here. So we activate it. It's +2 to each. And success. And so you can see the duration is down here. It's pretty short. And, morphine bottles. This is what we were searching for. So now that we have gotten what we're searching for, I'm going to end the episode here. We'll pick up next time and take this morphine back to Mercurio and see if we can get anything else interesting out of him. Until that time, I don't care what you do.